Okay, if you're having difficulty taking off with FoilDrive, then this video could help you. The first few clips are what not to do. Here you can see that the nose of the board is way too high an angle, and that's just going to cause you to stall. The next couple of clips are exactly the same thing, because I'm trying to emphasize the importance of keeping the nose down so that the board is flat to the water. If you don't, this will happen. And one more time, you can see way too much back foot pressure, the nose of the board's just straight up, and over you go. So in this last clip of what not to do, the angle of the board isn't quite so extreme, but it's still too high, so that he's just pushing the board through the water, creating so much drag, it's slowing him down, and of course eventually you reach stall speed. It's really important to build up your speed with the board, and you can't do that if the nose of the board is too high. So let's see what you should be doing. Here, as he's building up speed, he's really pushing his weight over his front foot, keeping the nose of the board down. Now that is really important to be able to build up the speed that you need in order to take off without stalling. Let's see this clip in slow-mo. And it's worth pointing out here that he's using a big SUP board to practice his prone pop-up technique, because it makes the learning process so much easier. Because with a prone board you've got to do everything faster, and therefore it's just more difficult. Now, as he builds up speed, he's going to be leaning his weight forward, pushing down with his front foot, keeping the nose of the board down. You've got to build up enough board speed in order to be able to get up on foil without stalling. And if you're creating too much drag with your board, that's just not going to happen. The drag will slow you down if the nose of the board is too high. Okay, I'm just going to show two short slow-mo clips to show how important it is to keep the nose of the board down. See him pushing the nose of the board down in order to keep building his speed. And on this one you can see leaning his weight forward, keeping his weight over his front foot to keep the nose of the board down, keeping the board flat to the water. And here in this final clip you see a perfect example of just taking his time, building his speed up, leaning his weight forward, keeping the nose of the board down, the board flat to the water, building his speed up, and eventually just a little bit of back foot pressure and he rises up off the water. Perfect.